Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be stepping into a world, that thrives on energy and excitement. The world of a sport facility manager. You might think it's all about, the front row seats and the cheering fans, but trust me, there's a whole lot more going on, behind the scenes. So grab your coffee, settle in, because we're about to uncover what it really takes to run the show. And we're doing all this thanks to some fantastic insights from our friends over at RoleCatcher. Now, when you think sport facility manager, what springs to mind? Organizing games right, making sure the field's in top shape. True, those are all part of the job. But RoleCatcher's Sport Facility Manager, the complete career guide, reveals a scope that's way more expansive. We're talking strategic planning, financial management, even ensuring the safety of everyone who steps foot in that venue.
It's a bit like running your own small business, actually. And the really interesting thing is that this role is becoming even more crucial with the growth of the sports and recreation industry. Rollcatcher's Industry Trends Report highlights a really bright employment outlook for skilled professionals in this field.
Right. It's more than just loving sports. It's about understanding the business of sports.
Yeah.
You're not just keeping score, you're keeping the entire operation running. Think about it. Managing budgets, crafting those marketing campaigns that get fans hyped and filling seats, even staying ahead of the curve when it comes to things like mobile ticketing and event planning with virtual reality.
And let's not forget about the work environment itself. Rollcatcher's Guide describes it as fast-paced and demanding, especially with those irregular hours, evening games, weekend tournaments, those nail-biting playoffs. It's all part of the package.
Imagine the energy, though, right? It's not your typical 9 to 5. You're interacting with everyone, vendors who supply everything from equipment to concessions, local community groups, even those die-hard fans, and of course the coaches.
You've touched on a really important point there, the people skills. The guide emphasizes how crucial strong communication and interpersonal skills are for navigating all those different interactions. And then there's the technology piece we mentioned earlier. It's not just a flashy add-on, it's completely changing how these facilities function.
Think about it this way. Using an app to monitor security cameras, adjusting the lighting or temperature on your tablet, all while the game's going on. It's pretty impressive how much technology is impacting the efficiency of these places. But let's be real for a second. Rollcatcher's pros and cons section doesn't shy away from the fact that this job can be intense. Those long, unpredictable hours, the constant pressure to keep everything running smoothly, it takes a certain kind of person to handle all of that.
Absolutely. The guide really highlights the need for resilience and adaptability in this role, but it also emphasizes the immense satisfaction that comes with it. Imagine the thrill of seeing your vision come to life, of creating a space where people come together, athletes achieve greatness, and memories are made. There's a real sense of accomplishment in that.
So we've talked about the demands, the energy, the sheer scale of what a sport facility manager handles. But what about the skills themselves? What does it take to truly thrive in this kind of role?
Well, you might be surprised to learn that some of the most valuable skills aren't about sports at all. Rollcatcher's Functions and Core Abilities section highlights things like negotiation, persuasion, even psychology as being just as important as knowing the game.
It makes sense when you think about it. You could be negotiating a major contract with a vendor one day, trying to secure the best possible deal for your facility. And the next, you're figuring out how to motivate your team during a huge tournament.
Exactly. And let's not forget those psychology skills. Understanding what makes fans tick is like having a secret weapon when it comes to marketing and promotions. For instance, say you want to attract more families to a midweek game. Knowing that kid-friendly activities and special ticket packages might appeal to them is how you fill those seats. It's about applying those insights strategically.
And that brings up a good point. How does one even get started in a career like this? Is it a straight shot to the top, or is it more of a gradual climb?
It's definitely a journey. Rollcatcher outlines several career stages in their guide, Sport Facility Manager, Career Stages. You might begin as a sport facility assistant where you're really getting your hands dirty with the day-to-day operations, assisting with events, ensuring everything is running like clockwork.
So it's about paying your dues, learning the ropes, proving yourself capable before you move on to bigger things.
Precisely. From there, you might progress to a coordinator role, taking on more responsibility, maybe overseeing specific programs, promotions, or even supervising a team. Each step up the ladder brings new challenges, greater responsibility, and of course, a chance to refine your skills.
It's interesting you say that because it reminds me a bit of leveling up in a video game. Except in this case, you're gaining real-world experience, not just points. Speaking of leveling up, what about certifications? How important are they for someone looking to stand out in this field?
They're extremely valuable. RoleCatcher's Elevating Your Career section stresses the importance of continuous learning, and certifications are a concrete way to demonstrate your expertise and commitment to the field. It's like adding another tool to your professional toolkit.
And some of the top certifications in this field, according to RoleCatcher, are the Certified Sports Facility Manager, or CSFM, and the Certified Event Venue Professional, the CEVP. I imagine these carry a lot of weight in the industry.
Absolutely. The CSFM, for instance, covers a remarkable breadth of knowledge, from operations and security to sustainability and risk management. When an employer sees that on your resume, they know you're not just familiar with the field, you've attained a recognized level of proficiency.
It's a clear signal that you're serious about your career and have invested in developing the skills needed to succeed. But beyond the certifications, the technical know-how, there's another layer to this job, isn't there?
You're right, and RoleCatcher actually addresses this in their FAQs. At its core, this role is about people. It's about creating positive experiences for everyone who walks through those doors, from the athletes giving their all to the fans cheering them on.
It's about fostering a sense of community, creating a space where people feel connected, wouldn't you say?
Exactly. And let's not forget the health and wellness aspect. Sports and recreation play a vital role in promoting healthy lifestyles, and a sport facility manager plays a part in making that happen. There's a real sense of satisfaction in knowing that you're contributing to something bigger than yourself, something that has a lasting impact on people's lives.
It's amazing to think about the impact like a well-run facility can have. Becomes more than just a building, you know? It's a hub of activity, a source of pride for the community.
Precisely. And that's something that really shines through in RoleCatcher's materials. They emphasize the sense of accomplishment that comes from seeing your vision come to life. Imagine you've poured your heart and soul into this facility, and now it's a thriving hub of activity full of life and energy. That's a powerful feeling.
You're not just managing a building, you're shaping experiences. It's about those game-winning shots, the roar of the crowd, the young athletes finding their passion. Those are the moments that make it all worthwhile.
Absolutely. It's about creating a legacy. And that brings us to a question RoleCatcher poses that I think is worth, pondering. If you were at the helm, what kind of legacy would you want to build for your community through the power of sports?
That's something for all of us to consider. What kind of impact do we want to have? What values do we want to promote through the spaces we create and manage? And remember, if you're ready to dive deeper into this field, RoleCatcher has a wealth of resources at your fingertips. From in-depth guides to AI-powered tools, they've got everything you need to explore this exciting career path. So there you have a glimpse into the dynamic world of a sport facility manager. It's a career that demands a unique blend of business acumen, people skills, and a genuine passion for creating positive experiences. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.